Hello guys, my name is Redolf and I welcome you to my third C++ video tutorial. Now in the previous video we did talk about all these codes over here. We started with the include IO stream. We said it's a preprocessor directory which allows the compiler to include the IO stream file. We talked about the using namespace std, which we said is the using namespace standard, which includes all the basic C++ standard libraries. We talk about the int main being a function, and these statements over here return 0. We talk about the curly bracket, which begins and ends all the program and the function as well. We talked about the cout, which prints on the screen the less than signs. Now in this video we are not going to call this curly bracket anymore from now on. Now we are programmers and we are going to talk like programmers, okay? So from this video onwards we are going to call this curly bracket over here braces, and also we are going to call this less than signs over here insertion operators, okay? So now in this video what we are going to do is we are going to talk more on the print out statement and the end line. Now supposing I forgo my end line and I end my statement just like this, which the semicolon we talked in the last video that it ends a statement. When I just end it just like this, my program is going to run just like this. Yes, because I have only one statement over here, and ending it with a semicolon is pretty well good enough for my program to run. Now in case I come down here and say cout insertion operator and say hello world, I'm ready to program now, and I end it just like this, like the previous one, and run my program. Now what am I expecting? I'm expecting that it should print hello world, I'm ready, then it should move to the next line and say to program. So when I run my program like this, it's not going to give me that, it's just going to combine them together and say hello world, I'm ready to program. Okay, now why is it doing that? Because we just ignore the end line, which is avoiding our program to move to the next line to print to program over there. Now if I bring my insertion operators and I say end line, what it's going to do is that it's going to say hello world, I'm ready, then this will allow it to move to the next line and say to program. Okay, so when I print it just like this, it's going to say hello world, I'm ready to program. So what it does is it prints hello world, I'm ready on the first line, and it ends the line, which move to the next line and say to program. Simple to understand. Now in case I want to create spaces between them, or I want to create space between the hello world, I'm ready, and to the program, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another insertion operator and say end line. Now when I do that, it's going to move to the next line and move to the next line again, thereby creating a space for me between these two statements. So let's run it like this, and it says hello world, move to the next line, move to the next line again to program. Okay, now this is not the only option to be moving to the next line. We have another option which is very simple as well. Just go inside your statement, which is the quoted statement, and bring your backslash n. Okay, now when I run this program, it's just going to work like the end line, just like in the previous scenario that we just did. So I'll run my program and it says hello world, I'm ready to program. Now I can just delete this over here and just come here. Now since it's moving to the next line, I'll just say to program, and it's going to move to the next line and say to program. Okay, so hello world backslash n, move to the next line, I'm ready to program. Okay, so it says hello world, I'm ready, then the backslash and says move to the next line to program. Now if I want to create a space between them, what I'll do is I'll just bring another \n over here, \n, and it's going to say hello world, I'm ready, move to the next line, move to the next line again to program. So let's run it again, and we are going to see something like that. Hello world, I'm ready, move to the next line, move to the next line once again to program. This is simple to understand, and I know you did really understand this video tutorial, and I'm going to move to the next tutorial, and in that video we are going to talk about variables. Bye bye, and don't forget to subscribe.